Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I'm Annabelle, tarot practitioner for over 35 years. And in this video, we're going to take a look at J-Lo and Ben Affleck. Things are not looking good. Be right back. Welcome back, Tarot fam. So in this video, we're going to take a look at J-Lo and Ben Affleck. So we know historically they were together in 2002. She got a fabulous, gorgeous pink diamond engagement ring, but the pressures of being a celebrity power couple did interfere with the relationship, and they did break up, only to get back together just a few years ago, which kind of surprised everybody. It just really was kind of a shocker. J-Lo has a series coming out, a movie, The Greatest Love Story Never Told. And now it looks like everybody's talking about that maybe they're breaking up. So let's take a look at the overview of the relationship. I'm sure we're going to keep looking at this, but as always, thank you so much for being here. If you're a new subscriber, I just had a flood of new subscribers come in. Welcome, 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 welcome. Glad to have you here. I do readings on the royal family, celebrities, and politics. Politics is a close, fun thing that I like to do. Figure out what those leaders are doing, but let's just pull up our card view. We're going to get an overview on the relationship first. And today I'm using the This May Hurt Tarot. It is a Rider-Waite based deck, but it's a bit more inclusive to other cultures, colors, creeds, those kinds of things. So it is a fun deck of mine. So Ace of Wands, something is restarting in the relationship. I'm going to do a little mini Celtic cross on this for you guys. What holds them, crosses them, binds them into position is the Fool. So we've got, there's a lot of passion in the relationship, but the passion is reckless. When we get that Fool in reverse, he is reckless. He is really not embarking on a journey with excitement and purity of heart. It's really more of an automaton and just kind of being victimized by that energy and the passion. So Wands, there's a lot of sex energy that goes on there. So I think things can get really rowdy in certain rooms of the house. So good for them. Good for them. We could all use that. So under the surface, they're both not really willing to let this end. Just recently in the past, we do have consideration. Sometimes this is a therapy card, that Seven of Pentacles. Sometimes that's kind of taking a look at things and seeing where we can make them better, where we can improve, where we can prune some things that we may need pruning. Not to sound too much like Dolores Umbridge. The Sun in reverse is that things are improving, but slowly at that. And then in the immediate future, I've got Four of Wands, happy family. Check it out. We'll do clarifier cards on that. How do they see themselves? They see themselves, there's a big question mark. That's a Judgment in reverse. How others see them as very cutting with that Queen of Swords and very sharp with each other. Hopes and fears that they'll be able to see into each other. And in the immediate future, we have that Page of Cups in reverse. So what I think is going on is it's not so much like a emotional chapter 11, but I do think that they're in a period where they are making some more considerations about what they are doing and where they are going and their goals. So J-Lo, and I've said this before about her, you do not have a body like that over 35 without being extraordinarily regimented. You don't have that kind of success and that kind of an image without really, really being driven and ambitious and regimented. And I'm not saying ambitious or regimented are bad words in this case. I think that they are the recipe for her success. So I do think that that's a positive thing. Now, Ben Affleck is extraordinarily talented, but he doesn't come off energetically as that same kind of ambition. His is a more natural talent. That's not to say J Lo is not naturally talented, but that there's a more cultivated career and talent in her. Whereas for him, it's more of a natural born talent. Those things can be fire and water because you have, on one hand, need someone who needs structure and doing things at a certain time and in a certain place every single day. And then you have someone else who is more reflective of a true artist. And that is the sense that I get from Ben Affleck, that he is more of a true artist where he is inspired and then sits down and writes, or inspired and then sits down and works on his vision for a project. So I do feel that they're a little bit different in that respect. And when we have that, that is going to come to the fore in a relationship. So we're going to see that there are some conflicts, which is here. Does the passion exist with the two of them? Absolutely. It's right here in the middle. And everybody is saying that they're breaking up right now. I don't think I'm saying that in this reading. I don't think I'm saying that at all. But I do think that the house and the peace in the house still is somewhat dependent on an erratic kind of emotional energy there, which brings us to this with this super passion, this reckless super passion. So, it's kind of the feeling of, if they are home alone, they may wind up on the counter at some point going bananas. So I think that that's a good thing. Are they working on it? They're both really not willing to say no. This is J-Lo's fourth marriage. I don't think that she wants another marriage or another divorce, another marriage that ends. So I don't think that they want it to end. Ben also left his family, left his former marriage. I mean, they didn't kind of bleed over into one into the other, but I don't think that they want to give it up. I think they really do want to make it work. Now, they are both fairly stubborn people. That is their downfall, is their lack of cooperation. And the lack of cooperation is very CEO kind of mentality here. So we have the Tower, we have that Knight of Wands and the Chariot. When they encounter someone who is moving not in sync with them, has a vision that's not in sync with theirs, they turn into the CEO and they go, that's it, we're done. We're done. We're gonna back out of this situation. I think Ben's relationship with Jennifer Gardner was a little bit different. I think it was more a more immature kind of love where he actually allowed himself to be extremely emotional about it and to fall in love, rather than this relationship, which feels much more purposeful. And I don't mean manipulative, but much more purposeful and a much more grown up approach to a marriage as a partnership, as a business partnership, as a relationship supportive partnership. When you get to a certain level of success, you do have to look at your partners as a business partner, especially when they have millions and millions of dollars. There's a lot at stake. We've seen it time and time again where a multimillionaire marries someone who is not a multimillionaire, and they do get taken advantage of, both on men and women's side in celebritydom. So I think if they are looking for success, their stubbornness, they need to kind of rework their non-negotiables, and they need to be a bit more negotiable with everything. Their likes, their dislikes, their goals, their where they want to live, all of that. Vacations, right down to vacations. So I do think that that is the Achilles heel of this marriage, if you will. So let's take a look at J-Lo real quick. And again, this is an evolving situation. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Everybody's talking about divorce, divorce, divorce. I'm not talking about divorce. I think they're still in therapy. I'm just saying. I think they're still in therapy. I think they're still trying to work out the details. They have kids. They have a blended family, but they do not have any children in common. So let's look at J-Lo first. Let's see what we can offer her. Jenny from the block. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups. 10 of Swords. Hierophant in reverse. 2 of Wands. Up top, the 5 of Pentacles. And the 4 of Wands. So this shows me that she's edging a bit more toward a break from the relationship. And the reason for it is because she's built a life of her own and then wanted to bring him into it and bring his children into it. That was a mistake that she should not have done. They should have, and I'm uncertain if they had bought a house together or what. I think they did, but it's still, she was much more of a dominant partner in this sense. So she needs, and I'm not saying she should have become like a trad wife or something like that, but she really should have kind of stepped back from the lead position and gotten more comfortable with being a partner. Because now what we find is this 5 of Pentacles, like we're kind of stuck in this transition period. I intuitively, I sense that they never got out of the transition period. Like you have your engagement, which is great, 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 great. You have the wedding, which is the pinnacle, kiss the bride, everybody goes off, and now we have to start a new cycle with our new people. And that cycle is usually pretty chaotic. It's usually a 5 or a 7 or something like that. We feel this turmoil and this kick up of energy. And it feels like she never got out of this cycle, the relationship, not just her, but they never got out of that cycle where they were moving in and getting everybody settled and moving on to things. It's almost like they did things, I don't want to say in a hurry, because it was kind of systematic. They got everyone moved in, everybody picked the rooms, they got all settled, but it was always this churned up energy of change and progress and moving into different things. And there's something about the advice of the therapist that it's a non-negotiable for her. She's not going to listen to what the therapist has to say. And therefore she says, well, I will go my own way. I had my own life before. I will do it again. And I feel she's leaning more toward, moving out of the marriage situation and kind of going back to just her own thing. So now let's take a look at Ben. Ben looks tired. He always looks tired, right? He always looks like he's just had enough. That picture of him smoking. And there goes my sloppy shuffle. So I collected my sloppy shuffle, and that brings me to something fun. I did set up a TikTok. It's under Sloppy Shuffle Tarot. So if you want to go over there and check out my TikTok or follow me on TikTok, that would be great. I did have a TikTok under the name Fortune Cookies Tarot, but for some reason it was shut down before I even posted anything, and I did another sloppy shuffle. So apparently This May Hurt Tarot does not want me to sloppy shuffle anymore. Please don't let me drop these cards. So let's take a look at Ben and his perspective on the whole marriage thing. What are we thinking, Mr. Ben? 2 of Pentacles. It is a pain in the butt for him to have to break up. And he doesn't want to be exposed. He does not want this out in the world. And This May Hurt Tarot has a specific card. This may hurt, or this may heal. Here we've got it with This May Hurt. He's afraid of what the fallout from this is going to be. The 8 of Cups. He's really reluctant to split up, but if he does, again, it's that meme of him outside going, smoking a cigarette. He will be disappointed with that 5 of Cups if he's unable to continue. 5 of Swords. He's got a lot of people working on it, but he's being very closed off. So if there is therapy going on, he's not telling the whole story. Now, he is someone who has done the recovery route. This is disruptive to his recovery. So it is one of the things that, he does not want to have that pressure on top of trying to reestablish himself. He is working on the accountant part two. I believe he's on set now. I don't think they're still in pre-production, but he's really concerned that this is going to cause some issues, possibly interfere with work. Part of his thinking now is, am I just a working guy? Am I just somebody who works and isn't in a relationship and isn't in a partnership? Am I just somebody who works? I mean, we all know he does great work with Matt Damon, and one of my favorite movies with them is Dogma, with Kevin Smith. It's such a great movie. It's filmed in Red Bank, New Jersey, which I went to high school in the neighboring town there. Very, very, very cool movie, very fun movie, interesting concept and beautifully executed, in my opinion. But he really is having that moment. I'm not going to call it a midlife moment, but he's having that moment like, why am I not getting this right? Like, why is this not working? Why am I not getting this right? And he's taking some of that to heart. There is this thinking of, maybe, I'm not like a cursed person, but maybe I'm just built differently, that I can't have these kinds of relationships and be happy forever and anon, like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. He's really thinking about those kinds of things. There is a question somewhat that maybe he should not have gone forward with the marriage. He's a little bummed out about that. He thought things would settle down. Again, that energy that I was talking about before, that chaotic energy of the 5 in reverse, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, which we had on J-Lo's spread, we now get the 5 of Swords here. So if the 5 of Pentacles in reverse is a chaotic energy where everything is just kind of tumbling around and we're still trying to like get our bearings, and it's like being tumbled around inside a barrel, like you're just kind of mixed up and trying to figure out where everything's going to go, and you're doing the best you can. Where the 5 of Swords is chaotic and we're trying to get rid of things. We're trying to boil it down, prune things, get to the heart of the matter and the important things. So I'm going to say it. I think they're still in therapy. I think he's still in therapy. I think he has a lot of concerns about the breakup. I think, he feels very much in the sense that if the breakup happens, it's going to be, she says, I'm done. I'm out of here. He never speaks to her again. He just talks to her through the attorneys. And like, he's going to have to do all this heavy lifting. That's really the sense that I get. So I already said they do need to lay down their stubbornness. What other advice do we have for them? What other advice? We'll do Miss first, the Mrs. She has to really stop with the level of control. She really does want a level of control over her life, and she needs to see where that it's an unbelievable work ethic she has, but she has to look at where that has gotten her in her personal relationship so far. For Ben, what does Ben have to look at? Ben, you got to cheer up. So Ben Mister has to really start looking at things in a more positive fashion. There is a certain amount of gloom around him, that the things that give him joy are things that some people kind of side eye. So like going to a sports game and having a hot dog. Like, some people are like, oh, well, why don't you grow up on that one? Like, what are you doing over there? But that's something that gives him a great deal of joy. And I don't know if he likes baseball. So, like I might be just spitting on that. But the things that give him joy, watching a game on, I'm getting a lot of sports imagery. So like watching a game on TV, like he really needs to just get his people right with that and say, this is what I like. I'm very much chilled out. I don't want to be in the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, he wants to sleep in. He wants to, have a luxurious cup of something in the morning in bed and not leap out of the bed and run to the trainer. He just isn't interested in doing that. He's gotten this far in his life. I guess he's 53, 54, something like this, right around my age. He just kind of wants to do good work and produce good work and enjoy the other time. He doesn't want to continue to rung up the ladder. So getting okay with the things that he likes and telling people those are the things that he likes, that's something that he needs to do. He really needs to get on board with that. Do they stand a chance? Let's see. Do they stand a chance? Will the universe keep them together? Remember, with tarot, we're always reading the dominant energies at the moment. I don't think, look at that death card in reverse, 7 of Wands in reverse. There's still a lot of back and forth. Still a therapist there with that Hierophant and the Magician, 10 of Cups in reverse up top. And I'm just going to give her a stone so that she's got a little bit of clothing on. And under the surface, the sun. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. They do not want to call it quits yet with that death card in reverse. I'm staking my professional reputation on this. I don't think that they want to call it quits yet. The 7 of Wands in reverse, there's still a lot of work to be done because they still need to put their non-negotiables on the side. They need to start negotiating all of the aspects of their life if they expect to live together. Getting the sense much more that Jen is less apt to negotiate at this point, and Ben is really kind of like, I can't do this anymore. I got nothing left. Like, that's really kind of the vibe that I'm getting from him. However, I do think that they are still with the therapist, and I do think that there is some level of magic here. They have the luxury of not struggling for finances, work. They are a power couple. They are still very much in demand in Hollywood. They do have a lot of passion for each other, and they do make a good couple, but they have to see those things in order to succeed with this 10 of Cups in reverse. We want to turn that upside down. The Star, there's still some time. They should give it a little bit more time. I'm thinking 6 to 8 months of working together, seeing if they can get it to work, seeing if they can get to those non-negotiables and make them negotiable. There is hope down the road because there truly is a good relationship here. They do enjoy each other's company. They do enjoy a lot about each other, but they have very, very different personalities. So I do wish them the best of luck. And I hope that they can get this to work out, because 4 divorces is too many. It's just too many. But I hope you enjoyed this reading. As always, thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Also, check us out on the Psychic News Report. It is a collaborative channel that I have with Rob Akampora of the A Game with Rob Akampora, Rick Paul, the psychic medium, and Thor Sandalwood, our Vedic astrologer. So we will see you very, very soon. Please head on over to that other channel and subscribe. And if you're on TikTok, go over and go check out Sloppy Shuffle Tarot on TikTok. I had like the hardest time setting up an account after they banned my last one. So with no posts. So go check it out, and I'll be sure to keep reading on this one. So everybody have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye for now.